Let's talk about something that doesn't get said out loud enough. You've read the books, you've done the affirmations, you've journaled. Hell, you even prayed. You stood in the mirror trying to say nice things about your body. And yet, some days you still look in the mirror and think, why do I still feel like this? Why do I still pick myself apart? Why do I still feel uncomfortable in my own skin? Why does this voice still pop up telling me something is wrong with me? And then another voice shows up with shame. Girl, you should be past that by now, okay? But let me tell you something, okay? Healing the relationship with your body is not a straight line. It's not a checklist you complete, because body image is not just about appearance. It's about memory. It's about identity. It's about protection. It's about survival patterns your nervous system learned throughout the years. So if you've been doing the work, but still that voice shows up sometimes, you're not broken. It's normal. You're just uncovering the deeper layers of yourself. Now, if you're new here, let me introduce myself. I am the Body Positive Goddess, your self-love coach, body love mentor, and your spiritual reflection guide. I guide women in honoring their beautiful bodies, reclaiming their confidence, and stand on business while they transform and heal. Today, we're going deeper as per usual, because sometimes the reason you still struggle with your body has nothing to do with your body at all. Let's get into it.
I got this crown on me, oh yeah. Curl power, set it free. From my throat to my twist to my locks to my braids, every strand is a blessing, fearfully made. I got this crown on me, crown. This is how God made me. So wave it, shake it, rock it with pride. My natural is joy, it can't be denied.
One thing people don't talk about enough, for real, and the healing spaces is this: just because you started doing the work doesn't mean the old programming disappears overnight, because it doesn't. Your body has been collecting experiences your entire life. We just gonna call a spade, right? The comments, the looks, the rejections, the comparisons, family dynamics, romantic relationships, social media, all the things, right? All of that gets stored in your nervous system. So even if you intellectually understand that your body is worthy, your nervous system might still react to old wounds. So you can love yourself deeply and still have moments where the old voice shows up. That doesn't mean the work didn't work. It just means you're encountering deeper layers of conditioning, right? And sometimes what we call body hatred is actually unresolved grief. And grief for the younger version of yourself who felt undesirable. Grief for the girl who felt overlooked. Grief for the woman who internalized someone else's cruelty as truth. And healing that kind of pain requires more than just surface positivity. It requires honesty. It requires shadow work. And sometimes it requires professional support like therapy or counseling or trauma-informed healing spaces, because some of the wounds attached to body image are not small. They're tied to identity. So Now, let's get into the nitty gritty for a second. The rise of BBL surgeries and cosmetic surgery. And listen, I want to say this. I want to make this very clear. This is not about shaming women who've had surgery. Every woman has the right to make decisions about her own body, right? But we have to talk honestly about why so many women feel the need to drastically change their bodies. So, with the BBL has historically been known as one of the most dangerous cosmetic procedures, right? At one point, it had the highest death rate of any aesthetic surgery, with estimate ranging, I think, from 1 in 3,000 to 1 in 15,000 procedures now. And doctors, they have made improvements over the years, especially by avoiding injecting fat deep into the muscle, which has a major cause of complications. Because of those safety changes, the risk has gone down some, but the reality is it's still considered riskier than many other cosmetic surgeries. Okay? Because sometimes it's not just about the aesthetics. Sometimes it's about finally wanting to feel desired, finally wanting to feel noticed, finally wanting to feel beautiful in a world that told you your natural body wasn't enough. Being chosen last or not at all because you had a certain body shape, and the desire doesn't come from nowhere, right? It comes from years of messaging about what a desired or desirable woman is supposed to look like. So this conversation isn't about judgment, ladies, please. I'm not doing that, but it's about the awareness. And because if a woman changes her body without addressing the wound underneath, the wound can still follow her. The surgery might change the body, right? But the nervous system still remembers the rejection, the hurt, the insecurities, the comparison, and healing requires addressing that deeper layer. I also want to talk about something that deserves way more compassion. Women who have had children, pregnancy transforms the body in powerful ways. Skin stretches, the weight shifts, right? Hormonal changes, energy changes, and sometimes women are left feeling like they don't recognize themselves anymore. They love their children deeply, but they grieve the body they used to have. And that grief is rarely talked about, honestly, because society expects mothers to be grateful and silent. But it's completely human for a woman to look at her body after childbirth and think, who the hell am I now? Or feeling less sexy, feeling disconnected from her sensuality or her identity, feeling like her body belongs to everyone else but herself, right? Those experiences deserve compassion and not shame, because motherhood changes the body. But it also takes a woman to rebuild her relationship with herself. So yeah, women, we go through a lot. We do. And let's get into the women like myself, women who haven't had children yet but still struggle with body image, right? Because sometimes people assume weight issues only comes from lifestyle, and it can, but the truth is much more complicated because sometimes weight is connected to emotional protection. The body can unconsciously hold onto weight as a form of safety from attention, safety from vulnerability, safety from experiences that once felt unsafe. And y'all know what I'm talking about. For some women, weight gain happened after trauma, after heartbreak, after being overly sexualized or too early, too soon. The body learns patterns, and sometimes those patterns say, if I look different, maybe I'll be safer. That doesn't mean the body is the enemy. It just means the body has possibly adapted. So yeah. Okay, so let's also get into something else that sticks around longer than people realize, and those are words. Sometimes the reason a woman still struggles with her body is because she still is carrying around something someone said years ago. And that could be an ex who criticized her shape, her weight, a classmate who laughed, a family member who made comments about her weight. Hello. A moment where she felt like the ugly duckling. Those experiences can plant seeds that quietly shape identity. Even when a woman grows, heals, or evolves, those old echoes still show up. And shadow work asks us to confront those memories honestly, and not to stay stuck in harm or stay stuck in them. I'm sorry, y'all. But to release the authority those voices once had. And I know that can be hard, but ladies, y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. If this conversation is stirring something inside of you, here are some journal prompts to sit with, because y'all know we're going to get into it, right? What was the first moment I remember feeling uncomfortable in my body? Number 2, whose voice do I hear when I criticize myself? Number 3, what comments about my body have I carried longer than I should have? Number 4, what does my body believe it is protecting itself from? And last but not least, what would my relationship with my body look like if safety existed inside of it? So take your time and write. Go deep inside of yourself and honestly let it all out. If you got to sit for a minute, sit for a minute, because you really want to dig deep into your healing, into yourself, and really let go and move forward from the hurt. So take your time, ladies, with this. So tonight I want you to try, something simple but powerful. Take a warm shower or bath, and as the water touches your body, place your hands over your stomach, your thighs, or wherever you hold the most tension. Close your eyes, take slow breaths, and instead of forcing positive affirmations, just say, "Thank you for protecting me when I didn't know how to protect myself." Because many of the patterns in our bodies were once survivor survival strategies. And healing begins when we acknowledge that, right? Not with shame, but with compassion. Conversation resonated with you. Like this video, comment, and tell me what part hit you the hardest, okay? And please subscribe to the channel, of course, so we can keep having these honest conversations about healing, body image, and self-worth, self-love, self-care, because around here we don't do surface level healing, we do the real work. And goddess, your body was never the enemy. Remember that. All right, y'all. I love y'all to self-love. And until next time, I'll see y'all soon.
Love your natural first, girl, you already slay. I got this crown on.